So this is a follow-up to the tone scale video. We're going to pretty much recap just the lightness slider part of this. I already have done my saturation. Let's recap on how we get to here. Give it 1 second to catch up with me. There we go. And so basically, our first step, we know we have 9 transitions. That means, 11 change for each step. One step has to be 12 to get you the whole way to gray. So I've already done it. I'm going to cancel this out, but you would hit OK to do your first step. Okay, so this is already done. And as we can see here is, some of the darker hues, like the magenta, like the blue, like the red, will go lighter. So we can see here, we can see that it goes, a little bit lighter over the course of this transition. And as we saw in the assignments, is that the lighter ones will go darker. They'll kind of go towards this middle gray, and our goal for when we're working with this is to keep the value consistent. We don't do this again the rest of the course, but it is important to know and that these changes are happening when you make changes. And it's kind of something I kind of led on upon, with other tools like the gradation tool and the filters can also make these changes that we may not want with our color. So we're right now focusing on what we're doing here. I'm going to show one of the issues that can kind of come up here. So let me go back and select what I want. And we, looking at the value, we can get, a reading of value. We can see this 59, this is 63, and it goes the whole way to 72, over in this window. This is the grayscale slider for the color window. So what we can do is start to make our change here to 59, and once we click on it, we can see it in the window, we can follow the change. Now, I don't want to change it the whole way yet, because I want to show you an issue that can come up. And I have a feeling might have this time. Remember, this one was 63 right here. We click on it now, it's showing up as 70. There's a change here. So the measurement is kind of a relative thing, and it doesn't work well once we start to click around. So if we went back and continued to make changes, it could mess this up, and we might not get what we intended. So we have to cancel that out, and we pretty much have to stick to our, we can get away with this much movement going to our original one, seeing what it was, going to here. Without a problem, we'll go back to here again at 63 until we make that change. Once we make that change, we cannot be clicking around. It will change the number of values you're seeing. I don't know why. I can look into it. Not a big deal. Just recognize that it does that. So in doing that, we can see now that they're both 72, and that when I make a grayscale copy of this, you'll see that they are all equal. And the only problem comes in is when you're moving around too much. And this is a fairly simple process. I mean, there's no real reason to keep clicking around. You've got to just remember the value you're aiming for. So I'm going to go ahead and try to quickly do these. Now remember, I'm just hitting Control U to bring up the hue saturation tool. I don't tend to use the toolbars. It's just one of those things over time you don't do. I'll try to keep posting the quick keys as I can, but remember these are for PC. Mac, definitely can be different for some of these. That one looks like it's good. Let's go ahead and check these before I keep. And I'm going to let those go since they're just 1%, because I do want to show you this next step here. So I'm going to go ahead and select this whole area, and this is kind of how I get your gray copies. So I can make a comparison for you. So I'm going to copy that, Control C, go to Image, go to Mode, I'm going to flatten it. I'm going to switch the image back to RGB color. Post it there, and then you can get your copies. And you can see there, the value is consistent here. It changed on our original, it was lighter, and now we know from this one, since we did a copy of it, we can see that it's, you can always simply just undo it if you switch to gray to see it, or you can simply just take the measurements. We should still see that these are a little higher at 73. So hopefully this helps kind of resolve some of the problems we had with this assignment. Continue to let me know if you have questions, and let's see where we're at. Thank you.